Today I'm going to tell you a story about Imagine Dragons and how if it were up to some people, they would still be a small local band. In the early 2000s, there was a band called Imagine Dragons. Now, you probably have heard of them. You may know some of their music. But in the early 2000s, they were just a small, local little band who was barely starting out. In fact, my nephew went to this certain club, the Club Velour in Provo, Utah, frequently to listen to new up-and-coming bands. And one night he heard this band, Imagine Dragons, and really liked their music. He and his friend went together. Well, he started telling everybody he knew about this new band, how cool they were, how great it was. Every time they played at the Velour, he would line up early so that he could go and hear them. And his friend started getting really annoyed with him. "Scott," she said, "don't tell people about them. More people are going to come to Velour and then we won't be able to hear them. We won't be able to get in. We won't be able to see this band live." She didn't want to share the information, the great thing that she had, because she wanted to keep it for herself. She wanted this band to stay small and local and have this great opportunity where she could hear them playing, and just for her. Maybe she and some of her closest friends could hear the band, but she didn't want them to become so big that she couldn't get into their concerts. Scott, on the other hand, was like, "I love this band. I love what they're doing. They have such a great sound and it's new and unique. I want to tell everyone about them." Now, this can be applicable to us as entrepreneurs, as coaches, in a few different ways. The very first way that it can be applicable is sometimes we are afraid to share our content, because we want to have it for ourselves. We don't want to share it with everyone. We only want to share it with our paying clients. What if they take this concept and they grow and learn from it, but they never actually pay me money for the content? So there are two different mentalities going on here. There's the hoard mentality of, I need to keep this thing small so that I can have it and no one else can. And there's the share mentality of, I love this so much, I want to share with everyone. Now, think about you as a client. Think of you as a coach. Have you ever been in either of these mindsets? And what is drawing you there? Now, I like to think of these two mindsets as the ration mindset and the reward mindset. The ration mindset says, I have to keep some of this back. I can't share this with everyone. I want to keep a portion of this for me. I need to ration it out. And the reward mindset says, there's so much here that I want to share with everyone. This has been a reward for me, a reward for you. Everyone can have access to this beautiful thing. So looking at these two mindsets, there may be times when you want to use the ration mindset, and there may be times when you want to use the rewards mindset. Now, in content, I would think that you want to use the reward mindset more often than the ration mindset. Here's why. First, when you use a reward mindset, you think, okay, this information I've got, I want to share it with so many people. You actually are rewarding them. You're rewarding your clients to keep coming back for more. When you ration it and you say, I'm only going to give you a little piece, I'm not going to tell you everything, that tends to get you into the mindset of, I only have a certain amount of ideas. They won't come again. I can't get more of those ideas. When you have the reward mindset, you think, I have so many great ideas. They're always coming. I have more options, more ideas, and there's plenty where that came from. And I'm willing to give it to my clients so that they can get growth as well. The ration mindset sometimes takes us down a path of lack. So when it comes to content, this is one of the places that I think it's powerful to recognize if you're in ration mindset or reward mindset. Are you holding back your best ideas, your best concepts, thinking that there might not be more of them to share? Are you rationing the content that you're sharing with your clients because you want them to pay you first? Let me offer this. Clients are always paying you. If they're watching your content, they're paying you with their time, with their attention. They're paying you with their money if they're part of your program, but also with their time and with their attention. So recognizing that you don't need to ration the things that you're giving them because there will always be more. There's an abundance of information. Your brain has so much information that it can share, that it can give. You can always make more videos. You can always make more content. You can always brainstorm and think of new ways that things are happening, new ways that things have come about. Instead of rationing and holding back some of your best content, think about this as an option, an opportunity to engage more with your client. Now, a caveat to rationing and reward, especially when it comes to marketing or selling. When you give away the information, you want to give them an overview of the information, but you don't want to give them so much information, especially when it comes to marketing, that they don't want to engage more. You want to give them enough, a taste of the information, so that they have sampled it and they know that it can make a change in their life. But then you want to save some of that content for your program so that once they pay you, they know that they can get more. And that's where you want to give generously. You want to say, here, you've had this information. Now let me reward you with even more information. If it had been up to Scott's friend, we might never have even heard of the Imagine Dragons. But think about the music they have continued to produce. They didn't just stop with one song. Right? They could have even done that. They could have rationed and said, okay, well, we've got this one great song, but we're only going to share this one great song and we're only going to play it at this one club. And we're not going to let anybody else have access to it. But they actually reward us with their music over and over and over again. It's on the radio. It's on TV commercials. It's on movies. It's on TV shows. They are being rewarded. And we are being rewarded because they're sharing that information. Now just think what might have happened if it never got shared past Club Velour. If you'd like more help with your videos, with being seen, heard, and telling better stories, I'd like to invite you to join me inside Lights, Camera, Action, where we take all this information and we build upon it and we apply it into our businesses every day. We take action. We turn on all the lights in your brain, we focus the camera where you want to go, and we take action in our businesses. See you inside Lights, Camera, Action.